praying. We've got a new machine-ish. Let's have a look. I'll show it some more in a little bit, but we got a new motor going. Not a new motor, a new old motor going. After the last live was a bit of a disaster because it turned off right at the beginning. So I'm just rechecking here and get everybody on here. Let's get some flash settings. All we are good to go. So let's wait for a few people. Hi there, welcome in. Get that off my head. Newish motor here. So yeah, let's see how this goes. I can't see if people are in or not. Let's see, is there anything else I need to put on here? I don't think so. That's what we're going to start with today. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Haven't seen that one before. Hi, Freckle Cat. This is going to be whatever it's going to be here, isn't it? Don't think we're going to restart it, but we might have to. What are we at? We're getting close. So yeah, this is what we're going to work on today. I finally get back on the machine. And we've got some dendritic opal. Hi there, welcome in. I think we're going to get something done today. I don't know how long it's going to last. Put a peek down there instead. How about that? That'll work. Hi there, welcome in. We have, I don't know if you'd call that professional, but it's not bad. Need to clean those lines up a little bit. But this motor is a completely different motor than the one I was using. And I'm hoping it's going to last during this live. And we're going to get cut the things we were going to get cut the other day. And in here I have, let's see, there's a piece of Kingman, which actually might look good from both sides. A little piece of, I guess it broke, but a little piece of Morgan Hill. Yeah, that broke by itself, so it was nice and long. I'm going to do a giant piece of Tyrone. This is turquoise, it's pre-backed already, and this is similar material, but I think this is going to be a little bit more blue than this one's going to turn out. Saw you jump in, Helton. And a couple of other little pieces, ferrocite, with a little slim piece of seam agate that we might try. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. I would tell you all the stories about the machine, but I've had 3 days of it, so you probably don't want to hear me go on about it. Let's just say that I hope this lasts through this live. Let's get around here, sorry. And make it so we can see. That works. This is my 80 grit, 220, 240. And we're just going to get started. See how this works. I've not cut anything on this motor yet. I just got it going last night. And it's working over there and working there. Okay. Definitely need to clean those out. Gave me a little scare for a second. Get those wet. Yeah, say hi in the chat if you would. I just need to make sure that it's working. But yeah, let's get going. We are going to do more. What are we going to try? Let's try this little piece of Morgan Hill. It's snapped off, so I'm going a little bit closer here. Hey, Cymbalin. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. I hope you're having a great day. If this lasts through the live, the machine, I'll be extremely happy. So, don't know how hard this stuff is. My nails are awful. I've had oil, grease, all kinds of stuff from trying to fix the machine. So this is the first time I've ever used this motor. I was fortunate enough to buy it, I guess just in time, because the other one is almost broken. But I bought it at a rock show 2 months ago now, 6 weeks ago. Gonna do a free form with this. Hi everybody, welcome in. Just take that off and we'll round off the sides. Wish I had a little bit more water, but I will take what I can get. I think I need to clean these geysers out a little bit as well. Hey Michelle, welcome in. Pizarro, what a great name. Symbol. Is it Symbol? I guess Symbol. Welcome in. I don't think I've seen your name here before. If you hit subscribe, I go live on Thursdays. For right now, yes. I'm trying not to prejudge the machine yet. And I'm on a little bit earlier than I normally am on. I normally come on around 2 Eastern Standard Time. I have to go out and see a buddy who is, well, he's going through chemo. So I need to go out, pop in and say hi to him and his family. And then last live was a bit of a disaster. Having the motor go down, and then I'm in boot camp with YouTube, or YouTube creator boot camp, and I don't know if she came in and was watching when it went all wrong, quite possibly. Some extra light would help, wouldn't it? What's that? That's not bad. Just going down the edge. And taking the angle off right there. And then we're going to roll it over. This is Morgan Hill Poppy Jasper. I don't know if it's got any poppies in it. Normally it'll have some little round like poppy-like florets. I don't know if that piece does any. Similar to that one in the middle there. Yeah, real similar to that one in the middle. I just took this piece because it was, I guess it broke in the bag at some sort of fracture. Rounding off the dome a little bit on this wheel. I'm going to move over to the middle. I don't know if we're going to do all 6 wheels today, but definitely going to do the first 3. First on this Morgan Hill, and then we're going to push off to some turquoise. There's a couple of things to show today too. A couple of different types of opal. I don't think I have my Ethiopian here, but I'm just glad to be on the machine. Do we change the shape? That's the question. So turn it into like a boat, something else here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm starting to see something I like, so I'm going to go back a wheel and reshape it. This material used to be very highly sought after. They closed the mine for a long time, but I think there are people that are going back in and picking it. I don't know if they're meant to be picking it, but they are going back in and picking it. There's not too much of the original material around. So now I'm looking at something a little more aesthetically pleasing. Take these corners off down here. Take the other corner off. And then we'll take a look at what the shape is. Hi everybody. Hey Koa. Oh, that's fantastic. It's a beautiful piece. Well, that's great, Koa. I really appreciate that. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with the pushing out the lives right now. I am in a YouTube boot camp, but I don't know if it's made it better or not. We'll see. Got a few weeks to go. So that's exciting. That's really exciting. And I've seen seen a few of my pieces, and see how much better that looks now. That looks much better. I've seen a few of my pieces in jewelry now. One of the local jewelers gets me to cut stuff for him from time to time. And another person on YouTube that was asking me if I could do custom cuts, and I can do custom cuts. It's just a little higher on the anxiety level. Yeah, anybody who's in, if you hit that thumbs up, it might push this out a little bit better for me. It doesn't cost anything. I don't know who you are when you do a thumbs up, other than you appreciate what you're looking at. Morning, everybody. Hey, Logan. How you doing? Just chatting about you. So, yeah, you saw higher up in the chat there, Koa had won one of the giveaway pieces and is now in the making of a cuff for his son or her son, which is very neat. I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be great. And then I did say to yeah. So if you guys want a new channel, take a quick peek at. Go over to 9 Fingers Native. I think they've been going for a while, but hasn't necessarily been getting the views that it deserves. So yeah, maybe after the live or during the live, you can pop out, take a peek at 9 Fingers Native. It'd be really nice of you. And yeah, my fingernails look awful, but if you'd seen what I'd gone through the last 3 days, I completely redid this machine. This is a completely new motor. I put it on the old board from the old Genie. These wheels, just the wheels are the same, but the adapters that are on here, and yeah, I had to change everything. And I think at least one of the issues that I've been having, I think I've got it pinpointed, and it has nothing to do actually with the machine, just with one of the accessories. And I know they are doing redesigns on it, but I think it changed a little from its original design, just a tiny bit, that it makes enough. Look at that, it's really nice. That it makes a difference and something's getting caught. And I think it's from the plastic molding. So now I'm on the lookout for a new old stock Genie pump for a Genie. But I think it has to been made prior to 2019. But I also need it prior to probably 2015, just so I can get into the old stock and the old molding of the plastic. Yeah, really starting to come out. Which, if you saw that piece to begin with, it was just a long, skinny piece like that. No particular reason for this shape, it just seemed to fit the pattern that was in here really well. I see something right there. I'm hoping that frac, you see that little, ooh, look at that. I wonder. I hate to do it, but I have to do it. Okay, so it didn't break. Now I gotta see if I can take that out though, and see how deep it goes. It looks like a little natural fracture in there, which I could always vacuum epoxy it to stabilize it, so maybe we'll just do this one for the free. That's really nice, Hogan. You see that going across there? I do. Let's move over here. I wonder what's different here. Something's different. I don't know what it is. Oop. No, no. I don't see anything that I'm doing differently, but I think there's something going on. Maybe it's the way I have my camera set up. Alright, we're going to go over that fracture right there. It may need a little help on keeping it stable if it makes it through this wheel. Beautiful colors. Maybe that was part of the problem with these pieces, was it had too many fractures in it. Sometimes you don't see the fractures until you get it wet or you start working on something. Hey TJ, how you doing today? I haven't checked to see if your package made it yet. I don't think it would have. It's gotta be getting close. I'm just happy to be working on this stuff again. Thanks for all the thumbs up. More thumbs up than people. But I appreciate you popping in, hitting that thumbs up. And then I know it's Sunday. But there's not too many sports events on today, I don't think. You've got the Masters golf on today. Get that bottom little edge, and then we're looking good on these. We're just taking off that really sharp edge on the bottom there. We're doing pretty good, TJ. I spent 3 days, 4 days after that last live trying to revamp the machine, not knowing if it would work. Spending a little extra money over at like Lowe's and Harbor Freight. Getting extremely mucky and changing things out that I've never changed out before. But I was working outside until 10 o'clock at night last night, trying to get this machine going, which so far so good. Alright, getting a bit of a polish going. And hopefully I'll be back to my normal schedule, and my normal schedule for lives is Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's all been a little funky lately. Alright, I think we're going to leave that right there. Let's get a quick picture of that one. Actually, I can show the before and after anyway. How's that? Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. Alright. What are we going to work on next? So 1 stone. That's 1 more than we did last time. Feels like 100 more than we did last time. Let's go back over here. Let's give this a test and see how hard this is. I don't want to push this machine too much yet. Let's just see how hard it is. Very noisy. This is dendritic opal from Australia. No color change, it's just an opal. Actually, let me show you. It's So, opal comes in all forms. Thank you, Freckle Cat. Where is my big opal here? There you go. So yeah, opal comes in all forms. This is a dendritic opal from Australia. And then I have a little jar. And it doesn't show up. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off, see if that helps. No, a little bit better, isn't it? Let's get some water on this. And this is from Australia. And these two types of opal that I have here, or three types of opal, are a little bit different. I should have been storing this in water anyway. So no light, no sunlight, but this is some pretty nice stuff right here. I think it was 156 carats originally. Let's see if we can. They are shell pieces, really thick shell pieces. Beautiful color on them. And it's got color through and through. Look at that. Obviously that sand goes through, and I should just cut the top off here. Maybe I'll get something out of that one. Yeah, sorry about the fingers. If I don't like my fingers, that means it's pretty bad. But some of the grease that we were using last night, you know, heavy industrial stuff. Another nice little piece right there. Same thing. So this is Australian Cooper PD. Nice quality. That's a great little piece right there too. Great quality, and but it's got the color change in it. Dendritic opal, no color change. And then I got a giant piece over here. There's the same gentleman that I got this off of. And it's a long time ago. Yep. So that's that bottle. And I have a huge chunk. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. So this is also opal, but more for carving. Bonk. No color in this. So that's a chunker right there. And all that shine is just the opal. It's not resined or anything like that. But this actually was from Europe, I believe. I believe he bought it in Germany, but it actually came from Switzerland. Pretty cool. So that's 3 different types of opal right there. I don't know if we're going to continue with this one. It's pretty hard. Let's go back in here. Get some light back on. Oops. Got some more light. There you go. Let's go around this. going to take a while for me to get out what I need, so I might need to cut it. I'm going to move on to a piece of turquoise. This is going to take a while. I believe that they grow through the fractures. Or it's like a combination mix of materials or minerals. But great question. I think we're going giant. Let's do the Tyrone. Cat, maybe you could look that up and put that in the chat. Oh, this is just as hot as the opal. I gotta get a mask or two on here. Alright, I'm putting a mask on, so I'm gonna be quiet for a little bit. Unless you have a question. But thank you all for being here. It's gonna get pretty noisy. Some nice color showing through there. Yes, North Star, but how do the dendrites form themselves? I did a piece of poppy. This poppy came from North Star Danes, or Morgan Hill. Got a little one piece fractured North Star, just to show you. So fractured off of that long piece, and then even this piece in here somewhere, I don't see it anymore, also had a little bit of a fracture in it, right there in the middle. So I don't know, I got that other piece of material you sent. I'm gonna have a go with that. This can be fixed up though. I put a whole new old motor on here, North Star. I'll show you in a minute, but I had to change it. I changed out the motor that we bought at the rock show up in north of us. I need more water. I don't like doing so. I still got to fix this pump better. It's giving me some water, but not as much as I'd like. Oh, it's not that bad. We made something out of it, and I got that other piece somewhere. This place is an absolute mess. I've spent 3 days working on the machine, so I've got bits and bobs all over the place. I gotta be really careful. I don't like having so little water. Try a bit more. That's okay. I'm going to be going until probably 2 o'clock. I'm just happy I'm cutting anything at any time of the day today. Now your pump's different than the one on here though, isn't it, North Star? Now I'm hoping, and I've seen it on a couple of sites, that they are planning... Oh, I'm starting to see I need to cut this piece, almost. they're planning on potentially coming out with a different style pump, or same style but just separate from the machine. Hi everybody. Thank you for the extra gems there. Hi Crocker. Is that you, Crocker? Thank you, Crocker. That's so kind. You guys are awesome. I tell you, it's been pretty frustrating, extremely frustrating, not having the machine, not knowing whether I can cut. And Frecklecat and I were discussing, one, finances, but also, do we get a new machine? How would we do it? And still thinking about doing it. I don't know how long this one's going to last, but I start to see some of the problems on it. But just for me personally, even if I wasn't on here, this is part of my own mental health. I don't know what part of lapidary it is, but it's really good for my brain. And to have so much support coming from people that I only know through YouTube is, one, fascinating, but just, and thought-provoking, but it's just really, really kind. And we're going to bring this in some more right here, and that's going to be the shape. Hey, Fire Boutique. Not yet, Fire, so excuse me. I have a piece that one of our friends over in the UK, she won on the channel, Star Winters. She's in the north of England, and I am going through my first time of trying to get through customs and what I need to write on the customs papers to make sure that items are getting to where they're supposed to be getting. Yeah, I saw that North Star, and they have like a 8-week wait. And they're one of the sites that mentioned thanks, Go. I'm glad you understand. But yeah, it's hard to explain. Sounds silly, but maybe it makes me understand ASMR a little bit better. I don't know. Because I never really understood that, but maybe that's part of what this is. North Star, that is one of the sites that mentioned having a separate pump. Okay. It's not quite the shape I want. Do I do a giant? Let me see. Let me back you up here. I need some help here. Everything from opal to turquoise to agates. Got some chrysoprase from Africa, the yellow chrysoprase. Got chrysocolla. Yeah, we got quite the assortment. Everything I have is cut by me. The pieces that I've purchased myself, I don't know if I want to sell them. And I'll sell the ones that I made, but the ones that I've purchased, have been done by friends, and We'll see. I have a couple little pieces fire. I don't have any, you know, $20,000 pieces of black opal like Justin has. I do have quite a lot of opal cabochons though, ranging from Andamuka to Cuba PD to Lightning Ridge. I'm wondering if do I need to take that corner off? What do you think? Leave the corner, it's not rounded enough, or do I straighten that out? Round that off a little. I think we're rounding that off a little. But all my cuts, fire, I do cut to... Yeah, I'm cutting it. Thank you. All the cuts that I do, I keep in mind that they need to be set. So I cut them with a 7 to 11 angle girdle on them. I also try to polish the backs when needed, but this one is back, so I don't really need to polish that. And I do think about the setting and the dome and everything like that. I'm not a huge fan of backing too much. I see a lot of people do a really thick backing. I had to do that with this piece, but I really don't like doing a lot of backing. See how that just chipped out there too? And I think I like my stones to be more natural, but sometimes they have to be backed because otherwise they're going to fall to pieces, and that's not what you want. I gotta bring this down. Alright, have around it and around it. Make sure I got that water going. I have a double mask on right now, and so that might be the reason I'm a little muffled. It's so hard, Koa. I love these machines. I love these machines. I haven't really tried too many other machines. I love how quiet this machine is. And certainly the wheels are definitely, you have to do Diamond Pacific wheels. And I don't want to get into too many endorsements because of the channel. So it's more of a review than anything else. But there are tiny little things that if you don't know what they are, can hamper you from your machine working to its maximum. And I don't know if other machines have that issue, so and also for me, the customer support has been fabulous, like really fabulous. But then I see, you know, Robert over at Global Prospecting, he uses a Cab King, and that's on opal. and he does really well with it. So it also depends on whether you want to do a geyser like this or whether you want to do a drip feed. So, hey, Mental Raccoon, how you doing, buddy? How's the glass coming along there? If you don't know Mental Raccoon, he does some great, he's a maker of glass, and he does some great lives, but he has some great designs too of glasswork. I love glasswork. So yeah, one of the biggest things, Koa, is the Cab King. You know, do you want a drip feed or do you want a pump? The pumps I've been having a few issues with, so and the drip feed is the same. You know, unless your hoses get clogged up. Right. But price-wise, you know, I think a Genie right now is about $3,000, and a Cab King's about $1,800, somewhere in there. North Star, I appreciate that invite. I might have to do that. Because it is a lot of money. Sounds like it might be a field trip. So yeah, we just did taxes, and so that was going to be part of the machine, and not that we refunded any money, but we didn't have to pay as much money as normal. And then we were thinking that I'd probably have to sell some of my vacation time. So half in money and half in vacation time. But if I take the vacation time away, then there goes my mental health again. So it's a balance for sure. Hi everybody, welcome in. Yeah, definitely. I think we're going to have to definitely work that out, North Star. I really appreciate that invite. I didn't know you had a Cab King. I knew you had the Pixie. So yeah, if I can try out a Cab King before making a decision. Alright. So this one's a lot darker and greener than the hot one we did. Let's just take a picture because alright. I've been fiddling around with this one too long. Let's do this. I don't know if you guys know how to share out the live. It'd be really helpful. See you, Todd. Have a great day. We'll probably see you in some of the other chats today. Keep on doing what you're doing. We're all growing. It's fantastic, and I really appreciate your support. I don't know about next. I don't know what's going on next weekend, North. Let me, I'll have to do that outside of chat. And of course, Toby would have to come along with a ride. Thank you, Crocker. I appreciate you popping in. That's right. I come watch me again. I'll save you some money. So say hi to Kyle. I don't know what Josh is up to today. I saw that Opal guy mentioned Josh going on. Alright. Need to straighten this side. So it's not quite so rounded. Bring down that dome again to make the girdle even, like that. And here we go. Right? So maybe it's a good thing I'm on live because I'm saving myself money too. Alright, I'm going to take off the top here now. Let's have a look what's underneath here. Big stone. I don't like to do stones too much bigger than this. Loud, I'm sorry. Whew. Screeching. That is really loud, I apologize. Alright, so see how deep I gotta get to get into that color. Nice color though. So I gotta take all this mossy off. Not all of it, but most of it. Alright, look how dark that is. Hey Ken, how are you? Welcome in. Is anybody on horizontal live right now? I don't know if they switched it in my studio. So this piece is Tyrone. Okay. Yeah, I've been doing that boot camp, and since I did the boot camp, my numbers have gone down drastically. So. Oh, thank you, Kenwood. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I go live pen on Thursdays and Sundays. It's been a little bit off the last couple of weeks. I had to redo the machine, so I had to put a new old motor in here and change all this out. I changed the board out down here. I had to do some really bad caulking down here. So far it's so good. I've never used this before. It's pretty hot, but I might have to change the bearings at some point on this one too. But at least I know what I'm doing now. But yeah, this is from, there's not too many turquoises out of New Mexico that are well known, but this is Tyrone turquoise. It is New Mexico, and it's out of Silver City in the Burro Mountains in the sort of southwest, I guess, of New Mexico. Alright, I think we're going to move on to the next wheel. One, it'll be less noisy. You still got this little crevice in here, but colors look really good. You can still see my angles on here that need to be blended in. So this is definitely stabilized, which is what's taking so long and why the noise is so high. Let's try on the 220 here. So that Opal guy, I was trying to decide what we were going to do today because I didn't know if I was going to have a machine or not. And I thought about going back to the Dremel, but I've been so spoiled by getting the sort of instant gratification of working on these wheels. I don't know if you saw the Opal I showed earlier. If you can see it now or not. Nice little colors on it though. And some old shell pieces, thick shell pieces from Scuba Pete. Here comes the light again. No, I don't mind it. And actually I finished some stones up with it. You definitely, it takes some time. I mean, it's hard to do a big stone like this with a Dremel. You're almost better off like going to a full-on drill and use some grinding pads and some polishing pads. Alright. Been happy to see Dave out playing his guitar some. Alright, screw the drawer out, here we go. Thank you, Kenwood, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to bring it down just a little bit more. I'd like to get a little bit more of this out to where it's flat, and we're almost there actually. It's a vibrant color right there. Almost like neon. Kenwood, do you have a channel? Or are you in the stones? I started off just watching other people, and then by the time I started working on it myself, I was like, I might as well just share this with everybody, and that's kind of why I'm here. As I mentioned earlier in the live, like, my machine went down Thursday, and I did not know how much this supports me and my mental health, just being able to work on stones on this machine and take some ugly critters and make them more appeasing and better to look at, nicer looking. Look at that. Almost there, just that little tiny one where that light is, and it'll be done. Alright, let's go into this third machine wheel. There you go. Hi everybody. I don't know if you're just waking up. I haven't been up too long. I've been a while. But hope you're having a good relaxing Sunday. That's what I think. We went on live early this week. One, to see if this was even going to work, which right now it's working. And then I gotta go see a buddy at 2 o'clock later on. Well, they're gonna start cooking at 2 o'clock, so I'm gonna come in just in time to pull everything off the barbecue. Well, at least his phosphates are a little more affordable. Whereas when you get into this stuff, it gets a lot more expensive. So yeah, and we'll cut one of these, not today, but we'll cut some of these. These are just chunks of shell pieces, really thick shell pieces from Cuba Beauty. Beautiful colors in here. And the thing with filming opals, it's very hard to get the color. So if you can see this color through the phone or through your computer, it's 3-4 times as bright in person. Look at that. Wow, I didn't see that. Look at that. That's pretty. Right. And I get distracted easily too. Yeah, it's very easy to get distracted. Alright, what happened to that big piece we had? Did I lose it? There it is. Almost lost it. But yeah, I love phosphate, so I went from opal to phosphates actually. Here comes some extra sun. And like I was saying, Ken, this is from, this is Tyrone. This is some of the better Tyrone that I've had. I'm sure there's some, like this was some better stuff. Better Tyrone. And, but I love it all. I do. Much easier to work with. You know, 90-95% of turquoise is stabilized. Doesn't matter what they tell you. I do. Oh, I forgot about that. I have some true blue moon coming in. That was mined in person with the artisans. And it's natural. So I'm really looking forward to that too. That'll be fun. Beautiful blues on them. That should be coming in the next week. Probably the next week, I think. But I got them from RA Stoneworks, Jeff. and his wife, and he had gone up and mined with the artisans. Oh, this is looking really good. That's all gone now. So now it's just a matter of evening out my dome, making sure my girdle's the same height all the way around, and seeing how much light and dark I want to leave on the face of the stone. So this is really nice. Where'd that go? Yeah, it depends. Opal's difficulty. There's a lot of crap material out there that they shouldn't really be selling. And they try to get you with a little tiny glint of color and make it seem like it goes through the whole stone, and it doesn't. And you can spend a lot of money on opal and end up with nothing. So you've got to be really careful about where you're sourcing it from. You know what's funny? So this is a new machine, and I have a cup of coffee over here on top of the lid, and it is not rattling around. And on my last motor, that would be making a lot of noise. Alright, I think we're good on this one for the 3. Maybe I'll come on later tonight when I get home and finish these up with you guys. I don't know. Yeah, why not? Maybe we'll do that. I just won't sleep. Have you seen those cow sites down in Florida, Kenwood? The ones down, I forget the name of the mine. It's kind of close, but it's close down to Orlando, I think. And they have the calcitic clams and stuff that they have. Really gorgeous stuff. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate you being here too. So it's not Heather Hill, but it's Morgan Hill right there. Morgan Hill Poppy Jasper right there. Some nice stuff too. I like a lot of stones. Alright. Quick chatting. Get this one finished up. Alright, I'm just going around the top edge, making sure the girdle's the same height. And I've got to be careful as I go around this edge. I'm getting really close to that baby weld on the bottom there. Yeah, that's right, North Star. Have you ever been? I met somebody at the rock show that had been a few times. So what I'm trying not to do is go down to that backing right there. And I don't like it being quite that close. So I'm actually going to round that top a little bit more. And hopefully that backing gets a little bit lower up off the bottom there. There you go. See how it gave me just a little bit extra there, and actually I think I can see some more, so I'm going to do a bit more. There's one tiny little spot, I don't know if you can see it, right? Silly bone. Let's do it. I'll show you real. Oh, that's really close. So, this is what I don't like. I mean, it's there and it can be set. It can be set pretty close. There's something on with my camera. But I want to bring that JB weld down a little bit, and I think it's showing right there. So let's bring it a tiny bit more. Yeah, it's really nice. So do we hang it this way? Set it that way? If you're anywhere, if you're anywhere west of the Mississippi, you'd probably say Bolo. And some places around here too. Oh. Alright, so I'll show you in a second. It came down, coming down pretty good. Because once you back something, you don't remember where how high it is. So you see how I got more stone now and a little less backing. So that's a little more settable. And go around the edge again. And I think this one is ready to go onto the next tree. So that turned out really nice. Let's back it up just a tiny bit. Good. Come on. There you go. Really nice stone. Get really close. Look at that. All right, awesome. Even got a semi-polish and I'm only to the 280. Let's do, all right, just to see, I don't know how well this will go, North Star. This is the little piece of seam agate that she sent me. Get a little bit more water here. I don't know why I'm getting it bottled water, but okay. So North Star Danes. North Star, if you want to put your Etsy in there, you're quite welcome to put your Etsy in there. Little chipper. And I'm going to flatten this side and see if we can make anything out of it. It's going to be pretty noisy, I think. Yeah. But not as hard as what we were working with, so. Blue teardrops. I'll have to remember that, Carter. And she has an Etsy and she sells on Facebook as well. I think. Yeah, the last one's really nice. Especially once it gets polished up. Oh, and there it goes. So, ready? Boink. I just reshaped it for us. Yeah, this is pretty, I have a few fractures in it. Got a bit of a funky smell to it as well. Probably sulfur. We'll do this one, and then we'll do, I think we'll do the Kingman after this. Hoping this last little bit holds together. Alright, so I've got a bit of a girdle all the way around. Something similar to that shape is what I'm looking for. No, I'm sure I won't smell. And a lot of minerals. Give us. So actually, so even where is it? So this, when I set this, it was after the first day of putting this backing on here. It still had that rubber epoxy smell to it, and then after about another day, it disappeared. Yeah, you can't tell it was even epoxied at this point. Alright, I'm just going to pick this off. I don't know if this is going to work, but without trying it, I don't know, do I? So. Thanks for the thumbs up there. Yeah, backing can smell awful. Alright. Yeah, getting there. I really appreciate you spending some of your Sunday with me today. Thank you. Okay, it's actually looking pretty good. Okay. Well, if this holds, I'll be very happy. It's a little more quartz on the top, which is a lot softer. So that's the part I have to be careful that it doesn't fracture out. I've got to get it flat too. Come on. I definitely need a new wheel. I'm not pushing too hard because there's a high point in the middle, and if I push too hard like that, it'll snap it through the middle. So yeah, be wary of where your high points are. So it's not acting like there's a pinnacle pressure point. Alright. almost there. That's pretty good. That's the back. Let's keep going here. I think we're going to move on to the next wheel. Coming out pretty nice. Look at that. It's almost got some flash in there. What's going on there? Something going on in there. Excellent. If you are new to the channel, I go live. So this is the quartz I got to watch out for in this little Y up here. If you're new to the channel, I go live on Thursdays and Sundays. Sundays usually at 2, although it was noon today, and Thursdays at 6 p.m. and that's Standard Eastern Standard Time. Sorry. Come on. Alright. Should be okay with this quartz. A lot of it's about to come out. I'm going really soft now. The different materials require different hand pressure. Come on, you can do it. You can hear me talking to it a little bit. There are color coming out there. So you can see little lines going through it, and that's what I don't want to. They're all natural. So that's what I'm trying not to put too much pressure on there to force it into sort of a fracture of some kind. Alright. Do some wiggle waggle. That's just me going clockwise and anti-clockwise. You can kind of see what my thumb and index finger are doing. I don't know about everybody else, but this took me a while to I'm not master of it, but I've got better at it for sure. Turn her over and do the same thing. Bye, Crocker. Oh, no, bye, Ken. Come visit another time. We got all kinds of phosphate, and I've got a new blue moon coming in, straight from the Artisan mine, and it was my understanding that they were actually, or a couple of the family were actually there as well. So I'm really excited to get that material. We got plenty to cut as long as the beautiful Genie here continues to roll. But soon I will be a Genie mechanic. This is turning out really good. From that straggly little piece. Gotta bring that dome over to the left just a little bit, but that's looking really nice. That name's gonna move over. So that's the other thing. When you're doing, a hard stone, might have some fractures in it, but it has a fair hardness, which makes it a little more brittle. When you're doing that on a metal wheel, you're hitting hard and hard on each other, and yeah. I didn't know you could. Don't tell Freckle Cats you can buy a farm at North Star. be put out permanently. One little sort of crevice in the bottom corner there. I've got to be careful of. Do the back, see if we can clean up the back a bit better. Wow. I need to take this sharp corner, which is a little chippy, out. I'm just gonna take it down just a millimeter maybe, all the way around the outside of the bottom. Just so it stays smooth and stops chipping out as we go further along. And I'm just feeling it out, and it feels pretty good. There's a little one right here. Looking pretty good. Now I'm just going to do the top a little bit more. The shape's real nice. Must be very similar to the one I need to do for the jeweler. I wonder if I can get that corner out a little bit. Got most of that out. You see that disappear? And then that line isn't going to come out. Sorry, the camera's playing today. There you go. So this line is not going to come out. It goes all the way through on that angle. But that's so much better than having that splodge that was there. So I have to do the same on the other end to make it symmetrical. I have to say this came out so much better than I thought it was going to. I actually thought we'd get through maybe the first or second wheel and it would come to pieces, but it did not. So the material is definitely workable. Let me pull it off. Alright. Get a quick picture of it. And do a picture. And then I have a visitor that would like to see it.
Wait, I can go see it.
You can.
Oh, nice. It's got so many colors.
Yep. So really nice material, North Star.
Hi, North Star.
Alright, so that's three all different, really. Only to the third wheel. So if I have time tonight, I'm going to come back on and we'll finish up these, but we're going to do one more real quick, I hope. Let's go back over here. This is a piece of the Kingman. Yeah, we can get this one done. So, don't know which side's going to look better, because I do like the little florets on this side, but then we have full color on the other side. So, this is a piece of Kingman, Smoky Kingman. And this is from Tim and Brandy. Water is disappearing. Let's do a little bit more. So we're almost at an hour and a half, and the machine is still keeping up, which is fantastic. I think maybe this would get better with some new leathers in the pump. I'm just afraid to do anything to it at this point. Alright, let's get this piece done. I think it pretty much tells us what it wants to be cut into. And this one should come out really nice. So same thing as usual, go around the outside. Get a bit of a girdle going. Oof, the water needs to be higher. I'm working with probably the very, very least amount of water that you should. Oh, thank you, Moscow. Wow, thank you, Moscow. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Like I've been saying, I'm just so happy to be back on the machine. Bring it here. I lose a little bit of color here, but I need the shape. There we go. I don't want a perfect triangle, but I do need something. So that's a nice shape for me. Alright. So I got all flat all the way around, flat all the way around, flat all the way around. That's really good. So now I'm going to bring this in first. It's going to look really nice, I think, even on the back. I think this is going to be the back though. Let's check how thick. See how thin it is there? So I've got to be careful of that. That's no good. Hope you heal up, North Star. Pretty funky, huh? Got one little cabin in there which I need to somehow take care of. What are we going to do for it? I don't know. Might actually be a bit of a double-sider. There's one tiny little divot in there. I don't like it. See it? But I need to do the top first to know what I'm working with. So let's do the top. Now what's good about this is this pin highly stabilized. So I can make this pretty thin. North Star, very kind of you. Thank you. Alright, let's have a look at the top. There you go. Fantastic. Yeah. Really nice. Got one little depression right there. It's going to come out. Okay. Slippery. Hi there. I'm going to move over to the second wheel. This looks really nice. I actually like the way that it's blended from that little bit rougher with the rougher matrix and then the clearer, purer blue in there. Me too, North Star. Yeah, not being 100% is never any fun. Especially, I can imagine trying to train Dixie and everything. Can't make it easy. So I'm actually going to leave this as a two-sided piece. So I'm not going to get too much of a dome on it, but I'm going to bring down the girdle on both sides. And the girdle is actually going to be more of a vertical, straight up and down. With a tiny little bit of fold over to fold silver or whatever it happens to be over the top. Pretty thin though. Just refining the girdle here. Yeah, it's nice. A little flat. Both sides are a little flat, but it's okay. Tidy this up a little bit up there. Move on to this last wheel. Alright, I think we're pretty much set with this one for the third wheel. Really nice. That was going to be the back, but it's actually double-sided. Two different blends. I got a smiley face. And I got a facet up there that I need to take care of. Which will come out in the next few wheels anyway. That's pretty. Hello, Smiley. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Two of them coming from North Star, thank you very, very much. Let's go a little bit more, no, about that way. There you go, sorry about that. Almost looks like I did a template on Studio. Plonk. Oh, okay. Doesn't want me to take a picture. Plonk. Still doesn't want me to. So I think what we're going to do, we'll do one more real quick. There we go, that's got to be good. That's gotta do it. I guess my fingers didn't get soaking wet for the last 4 days. Now they look like raisins. Alright, that's good. I think we're gonna do one last piece real quick. A little piece of Veracite. It's gonna get a lot smaller, but it is pretty color. Thank you, Trucker. I'll be honest, I'm doing way better at this cutting than I ever imagined I would be. I mean, it's been 5 years now. It really has. And I didn't use the cut quite as often as I do now. But my Riker display cases are filling up quickly. Bring that in. This is like a half a tumble right here that I'm working on. I don't know if it's Lucian Veracite, but it's come out of the Broken Arrow packages. From Tonopah, Nevada. No, it's the pumps on a Genie have 2 little brass outlets, not one. So because it's pumping so weakly, I'm using both. Usually when I have the pump working properly, which means I need to change the leathers, but I'm scared to work on it again, I'd get a lot more water coming out. Making it disappear really quick. Looks like a bean. Looks like a bean. I don't know what's going on inside there. Something's going on inside. I might have to go take a look. Excuse me 1 second. I'm like, what's going on inside? But Toby just met somebody new. He just met my daughter. So he must be really excited. Here's a Toby bean. Toby bean. He does not normally bark that much. Ow. Starting to get the right shape here. These are the kind that take my fingernails off. I should probably use a dot stick more often. This is about as small as I like to get without using a dot stick. And about ready to take the top here. Pick the top. Alright, here comes the top. getting mighty thin. Ringstone for sure. Now I'm pushing and turning at the same time, all the way around the stone, hopefully ending up with the same girdle height all the way around. Come on, couple more to go. That's very kind, Logan. I appreciate that. I guess I pretty much did the same. We started working on what we were going to do for the day. You can get this mask off at this point. A little rough spot we need to get rid of. Get a little bit more of that webbing to come to the top, that would be great. We just hit 154. I don't know what time it is, but that's how long we've been on for, which is great. Alright. Well, I'm going to call this a success. Still needs some shaping. A little beanie, and we're going to change it from a beanie into an oval, and that almost did it. Go under this last wheel. Well, I didn't even eat yesterday because I was working on this machine until after 10 o'clock at night, like the whole day. And I was out and about getting things like industrial grease. What else did we get? I had to get extra screws and figure out what threading they were, which with the Genie, they're mostly metric, so I think it was M5.80 on the threading. So yeah, I spent some time in our local depots. That gives it a little bit of an optical illusion. So it's actually a pretty good oval, except that because of that dark on that corner, it gives it a bit of an optical illusion. Bring that around. That's it. Still got 3 wheels to go on it, so any trims and refining we can do. Yeah, unfortunately that black's right on the edge and it takes away from the shape of the stone. Pretty little stone though. See, if you look on the back, it's a lot better. Thank you all for being here today. Appreciate it. And we're going to sneak off to my friend's house, get some lunch. And I may come back on later tonight just because. And we'll finish these off maybe. So, pretty nice. Pretty busy Sunday. So it's been a busy week, busy weekend. And we've got a lot done. Let's get back a little bit. So yeah, thanks for joining today. I will be... it's a limey beanie. Yeah, it's still a little limey beanie. So we did a bunch of beans. Toe beans, lima beans, and got a nice piece of Tyrone at the top there. And I still got to finish these off on 3 different wheels. And then we're going to move over to the Zam as well. So if I get time to do it this evening, I'll come back on live this evening and see how YouTube's doing at that point. And yeah, I really appreciate all you hanging out. Thank you for those gems and rubies up the top there. So North Star, Crocker, thank you. Logan, thank you. Fire, I'm glad you were in. And we will be back at it. Logan, I will email you tomorrow. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Love you guys for being here. Thanks for pushing this out. Thanks for taking the time to be here. And we'll put some shorts up this week. Super happy that the machine is still going. At least I have something to work with. So a little bit of less health pressure on my brain. So thank you all. See you Thursday for sure. In the meantime, take care of each other. Most of all, take care of yourselves. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in the other chats somewhere. North Star, thank you. Love you. Thank you.